6 years, my next guest played Phil, the head writer on The Larry Sanders Show. He can currently be seen on Veronica's Closet right here on NBC. Please welcome Wallace Langham. Thanks so much for coming on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to have you here, and let's talk about your Veronica's Closet character pretty quickly here, because there's something unusual about this character.
Yes, he's Canadian.
Yes. And I find that very offensive.
You can't please everyone.
Yeah. No, your character on the show, people on the show think your character's gay.
Right.
But your character doesn't say anything, right?
I don't think he's led into his own joke. Yeah.
The character doesn't know if he's gay or not.
He has no idea that he's gay or not, yeah.
So that's kind of an interesting character to play, I would think, on TV.
Yes, it is. Yeah. You're playing all the homosexual behavior without being homosexual.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is a challenge for you.
It's called denial.
Yeah. Well, what happens, I mean, do people who watch the show regularly, do fans of the show, then think you're gay, or do they have their own opinions?
Yeah, there are people who definitely say, oh, you're gay, for sure. And then I say, well, personally, no, I'm not. And then there are people who aren't quite sure. Actually, I got...
Do people think actually that you, not the character, but you, the actor, are gay?
There's a little bit of both going on. I actually got hit on in the supermarket. Or I think it was a hit. I'm not sure.
You better get your facts straight here.
I don't know. It's all new to me, you know?
Why don't you tell us, and we'll tell you if you were hit on.
You be the judge. Guy walks by me, and he does this kind of rubberneck thing as I'm wheeling down the aisle. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. Okay, so I keep going. And I think I've ditched him. I turn a corner. I go down to the fish counter, and I'm waiting for the fish guy. Mm-hmm. And then I turn around. The guy's coming straight for me. I'm thinking, okay, here it comes. And he comes up. He says, are you an actor? And I said, yes. He says, are you on Veronica's Closet? I said, yes, I am. And he said, oh, is your character supposed to be her assistant? Yes, I play her assistant. He says, well, are you gay? Because I'm gay. And I said, well, congratulations. I personally am not. Mm-hmm. But then it became this kind of roundabout thing where he was pretending like he'd never seen the show. And then the fish guy showed up, thank God. And he said, oh, bye, thanks. I love the show. I watch it all the time. So I think I was hit on.
Maybe. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
No.
No?
The fact, no. If it had happened in a different section of the store, then definitely you were hit on.
All right. In the produce aisle.
Yeah, produce. If vegetables were involved, definitely.
Yeah.
But fish,
Like the frozen food section is a hotbed of homo activity.
Wow. That I did not know. True. Okay. That's why I buy everything fresh.
Now, you actually had, we had something here at this show. It's an NBC policy now. They have sexual harassment workshops.
Yeah.
And it's NBC's way to be responsible.
Exactly. We had the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys had one.
Yeah, we had one. Warner Brothers did the same thing. They took everybody off the shows and brought them in for like a 45-minute meeting.
To do what? To counsel you on how not to sexually harass each other?
Yes, how not to sexually harass each other, how to identify sexual harassment. Harassment? Harassment. Harassment.
Most of the meeting was on the pronunciation.
Yes, it was. Yeah, that took 15 minutes alone. Right. And then also to identify it in the workplace, whatever. Which sexual harassment is the cornerstone of our working environment anyway. Mm-hmm. So,
you mean just at your show, or you think just in America?
Well, no, I think, I would have to say our show. I'm only speaking for myself.
Mm-hmm. I think our show, too.
Yours as well.
We've often talked about how if the dialogue just around the office was transcribed, we would all be in jail.
Absolutely.
We'd all be in jail.
Yeah, well, sometimes, we have to watch it. But anyway, we have to go to this meeting, so we go to the meeting. But we don't just go to the meeting, we go to the meeting in drag. Chill Mitchell's wearing a slip, I'm wearing a cranberry velvet slip. Dan Cortez is dressed up pretty normally.
For Dan Cortez,
yeah. Except no giant wraparound sunglasses for him. Kathy and Jimmy had a slip on and a bra and like a Betty Boop doll coming out of her slip. And Kirstie had like this.
Hell?
I don't know. Don't ask.
What's Kirstie Alley wearing?
Kirstie Alley's wearing this leopard jumpsuit that's cut down to about here. This big pimp daddy kind of pink number going on, and her hair and the whole thing, and some lewd sign on her back about how she's the producer and you have to do something to get the job. And so we all show up, and we have a boombox. We put the boombox down and turn it on, and Dan Cortez strips, and he's wearing a little red bra and panties number. And we did this in front of the lawyer, and I got the same response that you're giving me right now. Absolutely.
Just wishing I was there. That's all. Maybe I brought some produce, you know.
No frozen food.
Yeah, yeah. You live in where do you live in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I live
is that
in the Hollywood Hills.
Whereabouts?
All right, that's my neighbor. Laurel Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful area. It's up in the hills and very secluded, and but it sort of creates this weird kind of sound thing where you can hear your neighbors.
Yeah, if you actually have heard that, if you live in one of the hills, any sound from the canyon carries. Like
yeah, it amplifies. And I have a guy who lives literally across the canyon who, after about a 12-pack of beer, decides he's going to go outside on his horn and blow this, like, what sounds like a shofar. So he's like, ow! And I've never actually seen the guy. I've only heard him. And then he does that for about half an hour.
Who gets drunk and then blows a religious horn? That's what I'm shocked about.
He didn't look like a rabbi.
Observe my religion!
Exactly. Yeah. And then he breaks out really bad electric guitar after that and does like the same riff about over and over for about an hour.
Right.
Yeah, so that's good to go to sleep by.
Yeah. Time to have him killed.
Indeed. Help me out.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. The season premiere of Veronica's Closet's on Thursday, September 24th at 9:30 p.m.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I just gave it that time slot. That's the kind of power I wield here. Yeah. Wallace,
thank you very
so much for coming. Wallace,
thank you.
everybody. We're right back with Eve 6. Stick around. Good night, everybody. Stay tuned for later.